Illuminati, Neuronins back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture, films, and the world we see. Deleted scenes, where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews, to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews, to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Yeah, yeah. Speed it up on your YouTube, bro, let's roll.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being American, and YouTuber Ronan. I'd like to welcome you all to this week's episode of Unscripted. Tonight we control the vertical, we control the horizontal. I want to say hello to everyone currently following along on X. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I want to say hello to a few people who have joined us here in the live chat. Host of Films with Friends, the creator of the 10-word review, Big Out Presents. Faithful Blue Wrench, the bird woman of YouTube. Watch out for her channel, Fluff Chick Productions. It's Connie Cleary. The tired midnight blogger himself, Curtis Selby. One of my co-hosts on the Mystery Movie Night podcast, Enigma Severus. Those of you who are members of the channel, there's going to be an announcement coming soon that I think you will all be, which will I think be of interest to you all. And thank you to channel member JPRPH1. Welcome, sir. So stay tuned for that in the coming days. You know, I think through the years, I've certainly become more cynical about things, and you know, I would like to say that that's not true, but it probably is. And I think I have good reason. We have politicians who lie to us on a daily basis. Many of them have their hand in our pocket. We have individuals from other countries who, quite frankly, are invading ours, who themselves somehow get elected to office and think that they can push us around, order us about, threaten us. They do it on a daily basis. And the people who are supposed to be holding us together, people who are supposed to be entertaining us in these rough times, they like to talk down to us too. And they have no moral standing. with which to do this. They are not our betters. A lot of them are drug addicted. A lot of them treat their children like they're Barbie dolls. There are also those who straight up like to abuse kids, women. And if my channel does nothing else from here on in, I'm going to start calling these people out. And when I find out who they are, I'm going to start calling them out by name. Because I don't know about you good folks, but I'm tired of getting talked down to. We go about our lives. We mind our own business. We get up. We go to work. We have much of the money that we make stolen from us. And we are dealing with people who like to disappear other people. You know, somebody asked a question on Twitter. You know, and it was a political thing. It was about George Clooney, and I said, and it was like, you know, he had made some statement about, you know, Trump supporters, and once he's out of office, they'll be forgotten and pushed aside, and all of this. And then, you know, the message that went along with that went, what would you like to say to George Clooney? And I go, what I would like to say to George Clooney right now would be, I remember what happened to the girl you had fired off of VR. And I remember what happened to that woman afterward, after you had her fired, probably because she wouldn't sleep with you. I'm getting to the point where I'm remembering too many names. And people who passed away young, and I'm starting to question why. Why, when it seems like you have everything and you're on top of the world, you die out in the street? You die in some shitty little apartment, half crazy, because you can't find work. Because someone decided to put you on a list, or someone decided you weren't worth it anymore, or that you weren't part of the club. People get lucky, they get famous, they achieve a certain status, an amount of fame, recognition. And as long as you continue to entertain people, and as long as you continue to do unto others as you would want them to do unto you, there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with going out and making a little bit of money, providing for a family, providing for yourself. And there are good people out there who do that, and I'm not talking about them. I am talking about people who choose to prey on others and get away with it. And how do these people fall through the cracks? Alone, washed up, thrown away. Do they do it to themselves? Are they being pushed down a wrong path? Are they surrounded by people who don't care about them? I don't know. And I'm not here to say. How did Vanessa Marquez end up in a shitty little apartment, broke, and decides that suicide by cop is a good thing? How does Davy Chase go from being an up and coming actress to dying out on the streets from AIDS? How does Austin Majors end up homeless, drug addict? I remember these names, and others, not just famous either. How does a person fall through the cracks? You would think that someone high profile who's in one hit movie after another, who's on a hit television show that wins awards, and then those people disappear. Just poof, gone, fall through the cracks. Squatting wherever they can find a place. How did they wind up homeless, sick, addicted, no hope? How does that happen? When you are supposedly surrounded by family, by friends, by people who are supposed to be looking out for you. People who claim to have your back. And I'm not just talking yes men types, because you're always going to get that. How does Davy Chase disappear? Disappear for 10 years. They were even in the middle of making a documentary about going out and find it. Who finds her? Some rando finds her. Oh my God, is that the girl from Lilo and Stitch? She's skinny as a rail. I'm surprised she lasted as long as she did. Where was she all that time? She's supposed to go out and meet, I think, James Cameron or somebody for a movie. Just walks out the door, doesn't make the interview, and just disappears until they find her on the street. I don't get it. None of it adds up. Is no one looking out for these people? I get it that it's show business and not show friends. I understand that. That's pretty much anywhere that you work. But how does someone get so lost like that? What happens in that time? I mean, are drugs just free flowing through movie sets? I mean, what's going on? Why do these people think it's okay to do this to children and young adults? I wonder if it's the parents sometimes when they just decide, hey, you know what? I'm a failure, so I'll just make my kid my meal ticket. I cringe when I see a child in a movie now or a TV show because now my thought is, do they really want to be there? Are they there for themselves because they got inspired and they decided, Mom, Dad, I want to be an actor? Or is it the parents forcing them into it? Is there abuse going on behind the scenes? Is is the money that these children are making being stolen from them when they should maybe be put in a trust somewhere? Now, I can't speak to the validity of this, but when I heard it, it seemed plausible, and that was something that Melissa Gilbert had said that because she had done this pilot for a TV show that didn't go, but they filmed a pilot. She'd filmed a pilot with Davy Chase and thought, and she got the idea that she was there more for the fact that her parents wanted her to be there and that she would rather have been someplace else. She kind of got the idea that she was working for her parents. And I got to tell you something, thinking back, I don't doubt it. There is such a thing as stage parents. Look into Macaulay Culkin's dad, for Pete's sake. You want to talk about scumbags? Look into that fucking guy. You gotta let a kid be a kid. If you're going to bring your kid into a world like Hollywood, you better be there with them every step of the way. And you better make sure that they are okay, physically, mentally. Or else they are not going to survive for very long. It's not something that I can get my head around. Not personally. I'm not someone who has ever been addicted to drugs or alcohol or anything like that. But it seems to be a trap that so many people fall into. And it's not just a problem that has happened recently. It is a problem that has been there since day one in Hollywood. Abuse of children, of women. And these are the people who choose to talk down to us. And when they do, my question becomes, where do you spend your nights? Were you looking out for the children who are working on your set? Were you looking out for the women who are working on your set? Then don't talk down to me about how to treat women and children. Your industry has a lot to answer for. You're going to go on the air and bitch about the Epstein files, Alan Ritson. I tell you fucking what there, Reacher. Why don't you go and look into your own fucking industry? Hmm? Before you go talking down to the rest of us. Clean up your own house before you tell me what to do in mine. Because if anybody owes any explanations, it's you, not us. I'm not the one who blacklisted Vanessa Marquez. I am not the one who disappeared Davy Chase for 10 years. I am not the one who sent Austin Majors down the road to hell that he went on. I didn't make my children perform like the Culkins did. That's the part that I find upsetting. How does someone fall through the cracks like that? Is it abusive parents who just want money? Is it predatory producers, predatory actors? Are these people who are just doing it themselves to themselves because they live in an industry where there are no rules? You're special, so you can do anything you want to anyone you want, whenever you want, because there are no consequences to your actions. But you look and you see the consequences. You see what happens to these people. They get addicted and they die. They get sick, they get diseases and they die. They decide to get so desperate that they make someone else pull the trigger for them. Oh, and by the way, am I the only one left who remembers that the last time Robert Downey Jr. went on a bender, it was a child's bedroom they found him in? Crawled up into a window in a neighbor's house. And oh, he just went to sleep. Oh, thank God that's all it was. Oh, oh hey, actor just came into my house and fell asleep in my parent in my child's bedroom. Yeah, I ain't laughing. Because I got something to say to you here, Hollywood. And you know what? You better fucking listen because I'm one of the people you're supposed to be trying to impress. Is that you haven't been impressing me. Your movies are boring dog shit. So what do I have left to do but to look and see what you people do while you go around acting all high and mighty and talking down and thinking that you can tell us who we can vote for? Well, I got news for you. We're going to be going through your laundry now. One of these days, we're going to find out what happened to Davy Chase. Where was she all of those years that she was quote unquote missing? We're going to find out what the so-called boyfriend, who this guy is. We're going to find out why no one went looking for her. We're going to find out why, in all that time, did her manager not try to look for her? until it became financially expedient for him to do. Hollywood is broken in more ways than one. Broken in a lot of sick and diseased kind of ways. And the news media that that cleans up after him is the same way. Start questioning these people. Start questioning them directly when they mouth off. I'm going to start doing that. I never go into this show with a plan, and you know that. In this stream of consciousness, and yeah, maybe it rambles, but I think you all know what I'm talking about. I think you've noticed it, but I see it, the decay, the mud underneath. The shines off of everything. And I wish I could just stick my head back into the sand and not know some of the things that I've come to know. That's not life. You get poisoned by it. You want to know why I stay on YouTube? Because I gotta tell you, dude, keeping one of these channels up and running, it's not as easy as it seems. But you know why I do it? I do it because it's an outlet. Because I know there are people out there who are listening, even if it's just a few people who are willing to sit here and buy their computers or buy their televisions or buy their phones and listen to me vent every week. You do it because you're good, decent people. And I say it every week, but I'm going to say it again. You are people who deserve better. You deserve better from your leaders. You deserve better from the press. You deserve better from Hollywood. You deserve better from me. If we see something wrong, we need to keep speaking out on it. Because if we don't, who will? Evil only gains the upper hand when good people do nothing. Yes, I paraphrased that, but you get what I mean. And evil doesn't always look like evil. Okay, they don't look like demons with horns, and they're not surrounded by fire. They are the people who evil can be someone who wears a suit and is always smiling. Hi, I'm your friend. I'm your brother. I'm your uncle. I'm your father. I'm your best friend. Are they? Look what they do to each other. This can't be swept under the rug. Because if we do, if we ignore it, then we are no better than that evil. People say that we are in the middle of a culture war. There are people who go right here on YouTube and say that we're in the middle of a civil war. You've been there. But I think we are in the middle of a different kind of war. And I think that is a war for our souls. I truly believe that. So I'm going to give you a mission statement tonight. I see evil. I'm going to expose it for what it is. And I'm not going to care who it is, what party they're from, what color they are, what country they're from. I'm not going to care if they're rich or famous or if they're poor. If I see something, I'm going to say something. And I'm going to name names. And if YouTube doesn't like it, then fine. If the people I'm speaking out don't like it, fuck you. Come and get me. We see you for what you are. And those of you who have gotten away with harming children, those of you who have stolen from us by either sticking a gun in our face and physically taking our wallets or through fraud, we're on to you. Those of you who are racists, who like to deflect your own racism onto us, we're on to you. There have been too many Davy Chases, too many Austin Majors, Vanessa Marquez, Henry Nowaks, Austin Metcalfs. The gloves are off now. We are on to you. We are not as stupid as you think. Not every war is fought with guns or bullets or bombs. There are other ways to do it. Start pushing back. Be honest. Be honest to others. Be honest to yourselves. And if someone raises a hand, then you make your move. They can get one of us, but they can't get all of us. And I'm going to be here every week fighting the good fight. I don't want to ignore the chat. I do want to say hello to our man from the future, Sashi. Friend of the channel, D-Pen Zach, is with us. Usarn G, host of Geeky Geezers, which is going to be starting here at the top of the hour. You will be redirected. Aged Boomer. Host of Action Theater, After Hours Karaoke and Western Cinema Presents, the CEO of the Outlaw Bill Sports Network, Outlaw Bill. He'll be joining me later tonight at 11 p.m. for reserved seats. Depenzak says Sashi says I can speak about Hollywood grandstanding after parting with development funds from Malaysia. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I do not doubt it. Depenzak says that's why they live behind walls and have private security. Yep. Hello to the Horror King. Hit movies and awards do not get a person real friends who care. Well, you got to be a real person first. Not be out for awards. Have a little bit of integrity. Maybe one of the easiest things to do is take the money and royalties away from stars. Make sure you have control over the agents and bank accounts. Easy enough to get them addicted and leave them outside. Yeah. Worked on The Mighty with Kieran Culkin. Saw the mother firsthand. They call them stage mothers for a reason. I don't doubt that. Barking says, where's the mentality? You treat others how you like to be treated. I'll tell this to my second youngest niece as she gets a little bit older. Deleted those types of cracks are quite big. It's easy for someone to fall through them. And it's a shame when it does happen to them. Yeah. Don't forget Heather O'Rourke. Yeah. That's another case where I don't think we've heard the whole story. If you see someone who you are close to who's in trouble, who might be addicted, who might be looking to do themselves harm, or is being harmed by someone, do not ignore it. Do not just go on with your day. Don't think that, oh, someone else will come along. You are that person who has come along. You're all good people. I know that. I see that in you. Do the right thing. Do it in every situation. Stay tuned for Geeky Geezers at the top of the hour. Thank you to all the subscribers, channel members. Your names are about to come up here in the credits. From HQ, in all points, north, south, east, west, and beyond. And hello to Gap After Dark. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy. Because this is how we win.
Back, slicing through the noise with a culture attack. Pop culture, films, and the world we see. Deleted scenes where the truth runs free. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Take care, stay strong, we're breaking the mold. Be safe, stay healthy, let the story unfold. From watch parties, reviews to the news we spin. Deleted scenes, yeah, this is how we win. Yeah. 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 to roll.
That's all, folks.